All right, so last month it was announced that American Media Inc. sold the Olympia brand to Jake Wood, the owner of Wings of Strength, which is
Right.
a promotional company. So what can you tell me about this deal, and what is your opinion on this deal?
I mean, I like it because I mean it's if it's going to bring in more money to the competitors, I think that that's great. The only thing is, I mean, I'm old school bodybuilder, okay, and I like the Weiders and everything, but I think that nobody should own the Olympia. I think bodybuilding should own the Olympia. Nobody owns, people own the New York Yankees, but they don't own Major League Baseball. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's different. Nobody owns the NFL. I don't think anybody should own. I understand that title. They own that title. Mr. Olympia.
It's a contest.
Right. It's a contest, right? So I understand that. I get that. And I just, I'm a bodybuilding purist, you know what I mean? I don't care who owns it. I'd like to see it, if this guy can really put more money out there for the pros who are competing in that, I think it's a great thing, If he could maybe clean it up a little bit and,
But American Media Inc. is a corporation, right?
Right.
Jake Wood is a company. I'm not sure what the scale of the company is, right? Do you think he'll be able to sustain the Olympia on the same level as...
I think I know what you're asking. I think I know what you're saying. Because American Media is a corporation. Jake Wood's an individual. That's what you're saying. So one man owns it. And I know people would say the Weiders did the same thing. Joe Weider's Mr. Olympia. I understand that. But Joe Weider also flourished that, knew how to make that big. And he, as much as it was called Joe Weider's, and you saw him sitting there, I think that, he loved Joe Weider. I still got Ben Weider's number in my phone. People don't know that Ben Weider was not just into bodybuilding. He's one of the biggest historians. He wrote books on Napoleon Bonaparte. I know. I was friends with Ben Weider. I got his phone number in my phone. Still, he passed away, God rest his soul, but I knew Ben Weider very well. But I can tell you something about them. They loved the Olympia. They loved it. They loved the sport. The reason why when I was growing up, I never heard of steroids, okay, was because they kept it out of the magazines because they wanted the Mr. Olympia to maybe one day go in the Olympics. They wanted bodybuilding itself to be an Olympic sport. So any of you old school guys will say, he's right. They know what I'm talking about. But once that steroid went everywhere and, they knew that right then and there, the Olympics will never take bodybuilding as a sport. But the Weiders had a passion for it. Now, I don't know this guy, Jake Wood. I don't know him, okay? I don't know if he's going to make it so this is mine now, you know what I mean? And I don't think it's yours. You own the title, but it belongs to bodybuilding. It belongs to the bodybuilders. Do you understand?
Do you think this might be a decline of Olympia as a title in general because Rock is launching his competition called Athleticon, and that's going to be projected to be pretty big, because he's obviously pushing it. Now, do you think Olympia is going to? It's already been kind of declining. People. It's not me saying it's a lot of other people are saying it as well. Right. Do you think Olympia as a title is losing its value a little, every year more and more?
I do believe it's losing its value. I believe that the athletes aren't as good. They're not as charismatic. You know what I mean? They're not. You know what I mean? I feel that way, but I feel American media didn't give a shit. They just saw it as business. Guys, listen, I know it's a business. I'm not saying that. But Joe Weider, yes, he ran Weider like a business, but he loved bodybuilding. He really did. Ben Weider, too, they had a passion for this. They wanted to see bodybuilding grow. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why they wanted it in the Olympics. You don't hear that now. These guys are looking at, I'm going to run this title, I'm going to do it my way. He could change rules, do whatever. This is my show now. You know what I mean? I think with The Rock, it's going to be interesting because I know he's going to want to make his thing grand because everything The Rock does, he does big. But then you get Schwarzenegger with the Arnold Classic. And Schwarzenegger doesn't like to be outdone. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be interesting to see how those two click, because Schwarzenegger doesn't come in second to nobody. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. Even in business, even in box office, you talk Schwarzenegger, he doesn't like to be second to anybody. So it's going to be interesting to see how those two, help the sport or try to kill it because they're too worried about their own bull. Do you understand what I'm saying?